All right, so today I'm here with Chance Perez, a singer, songwriter, actor, model, and father. Chance covers all the bases with his role as the Black Ranger and Power Rangers Dino Fury and his recent solo debut into the music industry. I'm looking forward to our chat. Let's get started. So first off, I wanted to just start at the beginning of your career and talk about what made you want to go into a solo career in music after your recognition in the band in real life.
Well, I'll just first off start by saying the time in real life was one of the best times of my life, and I loved it so much, and I love the guys so much. And then it just, after like 2.5 years, it got to this point where we all decided that we wanted to try something individually, and I took that as an opportunity for me to experiment and kind of discover who I am as a solo artist. Because when you're working in a group, there's so many different opinions and so many things being put forward that you don't really get to fully dive into your own thoughts and feelings about whatever project you're working on. So I really got to experience a lot of freedom and creativity and being a solo artist.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so just this year you've released 2 singles, Can't Trust Summer and Stay Golden. So how does it, Stay Golden just came out, so congratulations about that, but how does it feel to release music on your own?
Oh my gosh, I was so excited today. I mean, I've been excited like since the music's been released and just seeing the streams grow and people loving the songs and stuff like that. But this morning after I dropped my daughter off at school, I checked Spotify and both songs are past 20,000 streams now, which is like really exciting for me because it's my own music, stuff that I've written and put my heart into, and it's so wonderful to see it being received and enjoyed. So I'm really excited about it.
Yeah, and you write all the lyrics for your music?
Yes, for not every song. Some songs I work with 1 or 2 other people, but I always have a hand in writing it.
Yeah, so where do those ideas come from?
Well, Can't Trust Summer was, I went into the studio with Sammy Plotkin, who was the other writer for the song, and we didn't know what we were going to be writing about that day. It was kind of just like, okay, let's get together and see what happens. And we walk in, and the producer's got this guitar lick playing, and so we start kind of writing over that, and Sammy comes up with the idea. He's like, it was like within the first 5 minutes, he's like, Can't Trust Summer. That sounds like a cool concept. Let's write about that. And I was like, that is a cool concept. So we started writing, and it quickly became this song about like this, you know, those bad relationships that you see the red flags in the beginning, but you don't want to end it because you're just like you're so infatuated with that person. And so it kind of became that song for me. And then that came about like in a day. I think we wrote the whole thing. And then Stay Golden was another experience with Nate Merchant, the producer, and Sarah Elliott, the other writer in the room. And we started talking about just that feeling of keeping the kid inside of you alive. Like we get so caught up in the day to day and just, okay, what do I need to get done? Like, who do I need to talk to? What calls do I need to make? All these obligations. And it's really important just to remember that it's okay to put that stuff aside for a day or two and just, you know, kind of find who you are again. And, yeah, so that song is just about, you know, keeping that light inside.
Yeah. Well, that's great. So I wanted to talk about your first single, Can't Trust Summer. I know you just talked about it, but let's talk about what this song means to you. It's your first single. Does it have what does it mean to you essentially?
I mean, I love the like the 80s vibe that's kind of in it, like that the production gives off. I've always been a fan of 80s music and, well, just like old school, like 70s, 80s, 90s, you know, those types of genres. And the sound for this one was, I was listening to the 1975 a lot at the time. So it was kind of inspired by them, that sonic sound there. But sonic sound, that's what? But I love the way it sounds. And like I said, it's about that relationship that you know is not good for you. And I had one of those where I saw the red flags and I was just like, I really, really like this girl. I don't want to end it. Let's just ignore these and see what happens. And it was one of those situations where, you know, you ignore it, it's going to crash and burn. So it became that song for me. But I'm really happy that, like I said before, that it's being received so well.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So, what do you have planned for your music career? I don't know how much you can say, but what do you have planned? You went on when you were in your band, you went on tour a few times. So, do you plan on doing
Hmm.
similar things, writing more music? Just
Yeah, absolutely. I've been writing a lot of music since the band has split, and also before that. I got a show coming up on December 4th at the Peppermint Club. So
oh, awesome.
one more show before the end of the year, and then in 2022, I'm planning on going on tour. Planning on releasing more music like every couple months, just to have all this stuff that I've compiled out there for people to enjoy. And yeah, I'm really excited for the future.
Yeah. So, is there a specific thing you're most excited about? Excited about?
Mm, I mean, it's one, releasing the music that I've had for so long, because it's stuff that I've put my heart and soul into. And then I think the thing I'm most excited for about is touring and seeing all the faces that
Yeah.
we saw on tour during in real life, and getting reacquainted with those fans and performing for them, and um, bringing my family along for some of the shows as well. I think will be really cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, tour, I guess, to sum it up.
Yeah. Okay. And so your career is sort of art, like you're started in reality TV. The entertainment industry for you started in reality TV, like with a boy band in America's Got Talent. So how did that
Hmm.
shape you and your experiences?
Um, with America's Got Talent, that one was I don't know, it was a little bit of a shock for real, like because when we auditioned, it was just me, Tyler, and Jordan, who we were in a boy band called Boy Band Project at the time,
Hmm.
and we went up there, we sang, we got told no, and then shortly after that, I kind of decided like maybe music isn't the career path for me anymore. Like I gave it that shot when I was 16 to 17 and a half, and then I was like, I gotta, she must have been a few months old, like 4 months old, kid at this point. I was like, I gotta find a financial income that's it's very steady. And so I started becoming an EMT on my way to becoming a firefighter. And then Boy Band, the other reality TV show, came along.
Hmm.
And I said no originally because I had gone through the boy band thing before. But my choir teacher convinced me it's only for a summer. If you don't get it, then you still got a job. And if you do, then you got everything that you've been striving after the last 2 years. And so that happened. And I don't know. It's kind of just going along for the ride.
Yeah.
I was just doing my best and having a lot of fun with it, and it paid off.
Yeah. So you mentioned you were an EMT. You're on your way to becoming a firefighter. Was it hard to sort of let go of that career path and just pursue music, or do you wish you could have done both?
Um, I was okay giving up music, I think, at that point, because I had my daughter, and I was like, you know what? Being a firefighter is not a bad life. I think that's a very honorable, commendable job. There's a lot of people who put their lives on the line, and I was happy to be one of those people. And I really enjoyed the studying, which sounds kind of strange. I've never been the one for studying, but I loved it. I really enjoyed the process, and I was happy.
Yeah. All right. So I wanted to get into the acting side of your career. You're a
Hmm.
Power Ranger. So how does that feel? Because that's an iconic franchise. What's that like?
Oh, it's every kid's dream.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's yeah, I mean it's a dream come true. I was 6 years old, 7 years old, running around with the morphers on with my friends, and I had like the Power Ranger underwear and all that stuff. Uh, so it was really great to be welcomed into the franchise, and like it's such a legendary franchise. It's really an honor to be a part of it and to work with those people, and I've had the most wonderful time being a part of Power Rangers.
Yeah. What was the filming experience like for that then?
There's a lot of hours. It's a lot
Yeah.
of hours. We wake up at like 5 or 6 a.m. and work for anywhere from 10 to 14 hours a day or something.
Hmm.
Um, so yeah, long hours. But the cast is wonderful. I love them dearly, and the crew just made us feel so welcomed. And we had lots of laughs, like on set and off set. It was really one big family. Like, and we were there for in New Zealand for like a whole year, so we got to know these people really well. And
Yeah.
you never know going into a situation like that. It's like this could be, I might not get along with people, or I might be super homesick, or all these things. But I had my girlfriend and my daughter there, and like I said, Power Rangers welcomed us with open arms. So I was very blessed.
Yeah, that's great. So, where do you see your acting going? What roles do you want to play? What kind of movies or TV shows do you want to do in the future?
Um, that's a good question. I definitely am going to keep pursuing acting. I've been sending in self tapes and doing my best and getting my foot in that door some more outside of Power Rangers. And I guess I would like to play like what's the movie called? What's the is it Wedding Crashers? Just like
Yeah.
a comedy. I think a
Yeah,
comedy would be
yeah.
really fun. And like
Yeah.
getting to work with people like that who understand like those moments for comedic timing and like how to say things like for the most impact and stuff like that. That's something that would be really cool to learn.
Hmm.
Um, and also Power Rangers got action, but I would love to be in like some kind of like James Bond action movie kind of thing.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, but I'm down for anything.
Yeah. So I wanted to ask just a few more questions. What inspires you to keep going? I know that this industry, the entertainment industry, is definitely hard to get your foot into and like stay in. So what pushes you to keep going?
Mhm. My family,
Hmm.
my family. I mean, like you said, it's really difficult, and it's not always sunshine and rainbows and all that. And you have your moments of like, is this what I'm meant to do? Like, I'm trying these things and I'm pushing hard and I'm seeing some traction, but it's not, you know, it takes a while. And my family's really just been the big motivators for me. And my daughter, especially, she like I'll see her watching Power Rangers in the morning sometimes, and or she'll be like playing my song. She'll be like, she has a Hey Google in her room, or Google Chrome or whatever it is. She's like, Hey Google, play Stay Golden by my dad.
Aw.
And like those moments, it's just like, oh man, okay, yeah, this is where
Yeah.
I'm meant to be.
Yeah. Okay, so one last question. You've mentioned like you've cited before that your late father was one of your biggest inspirations. So I just
Hmm.
wanted to talk about that and how he's inspired you and pushed you to keep going because I know he was a musician himself.
Yeah, yeah, he was always singing. Um, he he passed when I was 8, so I got to see him play guitar and like sing around the house and stuff. But later on, my mom showed me videos of him in college, like singing
Hmm.
to his classrooms and like talent shows and weddings and stuff like that. And he was always singing, and so like obviously that inspired me musically. But it was the way that he inspires me the most is just the person that I remember him being.
Hmm.
Like he was the guy who would go to church and not just like attend, like he would talk to the staff and like help out on the weekends, like hold the door open for people just to, be a part of it. There was one time where I didn't know the difference between a buzz and a trim in kindergarten. And so I asked for a buzz thinking it was a trim, ended up with a shaved head.
Oh
And then
no.
2 days later, he did the same thing. So I didn't have to be alone and like sad about it. And that's just the
Yeah.
kind of person he was. So, I mean, he inspires me in that way, just with how big his heart was.
Yeah, that's great. That's beautiful. All right, so that's all I have. Is there anything else you want to add about your career, singing, acting, or anything?
Definitely a big thank you to everyone who has followed my journey thus far and has been listening to Stay Golden and Can't Trust Summer and also Bad out on Spotify. And
Hmm.
for watching Power Rangers as well. And if you haven't heard any of those songs or seen any Power Rangers, please do so. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, thank you guys so much. And thank you,
Awesome.
Cameron.
Thank you so much for speaking with me. I really appreciate it.
Absolutely. Thank you.